The Rock and Roll Coffee Show is brought to you by Writers and Rockers Coffee Company, keeping the music and memories alive with some damn good coffee. Visit them at writersandrockerscoffee.com. And Retroactive, located at Broadway at the Beach in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. 70s, 80s, 90s retro. ShopRetroactive.com.
It's the Rock and Roll and Coffee Show. Yeah, we do.
Hey, and welcome back to the Rock and Roll and Coffee Show. My next guest is Eric Jack. Eric is the singer for the band Wildstreet. Their most recent album, Wildstreet III, is available now out on Golden Robot Records. And they released about 7 singles off of Wildstreet III, all available now, so check them out. Eric just got off tour with Wildstreet, so we sit down to discuss the tour, how it went. We talk about some of the songs on Wildstreet III, signing with Golden Robot Records, and future plans of Wildstreet. Hope you enjoy this conversation with Eric Jack. Thanks for watching. So you just got off tour. How long were you out?
Well, Kings of the World Tour has been since, I guess, 2019. And, but obviously we had a break in 2020. And, but this time I would say that we've been on tour on and off for about a year and a half.
Okay.
And we're, let's face it, it's been hard. You know what I mean? Post-pandemic touring is not easy. But we toured Europe, we toured Mexico, we played so many states that we played a lot of places. And you know what? We met a lot of really great people, and I'm really happy with what we did. I'm just I've been sleeping like all the time because I'm so tired lately.
Let me ask you this: what touring in other countries after the pandemic? I mean, was there different rules every different place, or I mean, how did that go?
Well, we were like the only band of our size, as maybe not Guns N' Roses, just to tour in Europe last year, and it was insane. It was the greatest time of my life. The Swiss Rock Cruise, we played Swiss Rock Cruise. We played in Marseille, which was Cherry Dawn, right? And we played we played Belgium. We played at Connie's Rock Bar in Switzerland also. And what was the last place, Jen? Yeah. In Lyon. We played in Lyon at Rock and Eat. Oh, thank God.
Is that the wife?
Thank God. Yeah, that's my wife.
Right?
We just got married and we write great music together. So
congratulations on both.
Thank you. You should everybody should check out Beyond, which is our latest single, which came out in July, but we were really busy. So perhaps we did not promote it as much as it should be. But man, the song is good.
Well, cool. And that's what's the group called? What is it?
It's under my wife's artist name, Bliss My Heart.
Right.
And so Bliss My Heart featuring Eric Jayk, right? And basically I'll tell the story. I wrote this instrumental like maybe during pandemic, I think, that kind of sounded like 90s rock. And I sent it to Jen, and Jen sang the hell out of it. And so and then her father, who was a music manager, suggested this producer who was fantastic, and his name is Frank, and Frankie killed it for us. He made it sound exactly like we wanted like a 90s rock vibe, you know, not not maybe not glam rock, maybe not glam rock, but like a 90s rock vibe, and I dig it.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Now, and you guys are in New York right now, right? That's where you live?
yeah, we're in Brooklyn. We're in Williamsburg. We live next to the old knitting factory, right next door, actually.
Did you grow up in New York?
I grew up in upstate New York. I moved here to go to college, to go to music school at NYU, and I've stayed here. And um, maybe it's time to leave.
Seems like people are leaving LA and New York.
Well, LA has warm weather. I would much rather live there.
Yeah, it's going to get cold soon where you are.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Better get out
Eric
now.
Jake and Cole. It's not the best Eric Jake in the cold, but you
So,
know, you rock, dude.
so you
Thank you
went,
so much for
yeah, yeah,
interviewing.
no problem. So you went to school, music school. What was your major? What did you do?
I study jazz guitar,
Jazz guitar. Okay.
and I
Were you a
used
big
to
fan of
practice
jazz?
guitar. What's up?
Were you a fan of jazz? Were you a big fan of that growing up?
I like jazz. I'm mostly, let's face it, I moved to New York City because I wanted to meet Vernon Reed from
Hmm.
Living Color. And have I met him? No.
Dang it, we got to get that hooked
20
up.
something years later. But yes, I like jazz a little bit. I like George Benson. I like I like George Benson.
Hmm.
And I'm not really much of a fan these days,
Hmm.
but like in the old days when I was younger, I liked it. I just want to rock, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like um r- uh, uh, when I was 8 years old, I saw Steven Tyler and Joe Perry on MTV, right? And I saw Guns N' Roses on MTV, and I was like, I
Did
want
it.
to do that. And so that's what I did, for that's my life. Okay.
And did you
And
start out playing guitar or were you singing? What were you doing when you first started into the rock world?
I started playing guitar. Actually, I started playing guitar, and then I started playing drums. But my first guitar had like three strings because it was what my parents had in their attic,
Hmm.
right? Um, and then I convinced them. It took a lot of convincing to get them to buy me a real guitar with six strings, and they rented it for about 6 months before we actually bought my first guitar. And it was like a strange guitar. It was like a Martin Stinger or something, right? It wasn't like a name brand or like a Squire or
Sure.
an Epiphone. It was like the short-lived um electric um uh guitars by Martin Guitars, which are known for acoustic guitars, right?
Right. Right.
But it's actually pretty cool. Like it was really heavy, it was really ugly, and it was bright red. And I played that until I bought an Ibanez, and then I started working on shredding and playing better. And
Were you a shredder?
well, yeah, I was a shredder. You can go on YouTube and you can watch me shred a little bit, like post wrist surgery, and also in 2007, and Wild Street 1, I play all the guitar solos. Wild Street
Oh,
2,
I didn't
I
know that.
chose not to.
Okay.
Wild Street 3, I played half of them. Like um I play guitar, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I play guitar, I sing, I play piano, I play bass. I play a lot of things.
Hmm.
But I love singing. It's my favorite.
Singing. And what made you step into the frontman spotlight?
Basically, what before Wild Street, I had a producer, and he's like, "Well, you know what? You should probably be the singer." And he produced a lot of people. He produced like um well, he produced a lot of people, and he's a very great producer. And I'm not gonna name names because it's probably best not to, but
Sure.
he's a really good dude, and he saw my band before Wild Street, and he was like, "Yo, you should probably sing, you know what I mean?" And I was like, "Okay, that sounds good."
Give it a shot, huh?
And so I took a lot of voice lessons and worked with a lot of people all over the world in singing. And you know what? Like I studied with like vocal coaches in New York and LA and Ohio and in uh Denmark, in Latvia, in all these places. And because I always want to get better, right?
Right.
I always want to get better. There are times that um th- there are times that one is stagnant, and there are times when one wants to get better and be the best that they can be. And
Mhm.
for Wild Street 3, I wanted to be the best that I could be. And I think Wild Street 3 is a pretty great album.
It is, and let's talk about that a little bit. I mean, that that record took a long time to come out, didn't it?
Well, yes, because of the pandemic,
Okay.
and because I had to find a suitable record label. Our record label is awesome, Golden Robot Records.
Yeah, they're
They
great.
yeah, it was like it was a no-brainer when Mark and I and his team had our conference call. It was like, okay,
Hmm.
let's do this. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But no other label was like that. Every other label wants to take your publishing, wants to take everything away from you. And they compromised. And they like my attorney was like, yeah, you do this, do this, do this. And like it was like four things. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? That's unheard of with a recording contract.
Yeah.
Like four notes. That's it.
Yeah. I
Golden
mean, it
Robot
seems like a
Record.
great label. They've got a lot of great artists on there now, and I've actually had Mark on this show twice. And
Yes,
he,
I know
yeah,
because that I watched it
yeah,
actually.
he's a great guy, and I mean, he seems very fair to his artists. So what you're saying matches up with what he's told me.
He is a good person.
Mhm.
I appreciate him. Like he knew that I was having like some tough times, and so he gave me some CD stock.
Mhm.
He gave me like 25 CDs, 25 albums. Like you know, that's killer.
Yeah.
That's like basically that's like tour support for an artist.
Sure.
Mark is an awesome person.
How did you guys meet up? How did you connect with them?
Well, basically, I there's two ways. Okay, so first, I was hanging out with this dude named Brandon Fields. Right,
Mm.
he made this album like with Todd Kearns and Matt Starr, like Minefield, and I
Right.
sang a song on it. Right, and he was my friend. He is my friend. He's currently my friend and will always be my friend. But they were for a while signed to Golden Robot, and so I had sang on this. I sang on his song. I well, I kind of co-wrote this song, and how do I say this better? I co-wrote a song with Brandon, and he was signed to Golden Robot. At the same time, I was listening to Spotify hard rock every day because it was pandemic and there was no gyms open. So I would ride my bike around Brooklyn all the time, right? And so I would ride my bike all day when I wasn't playing music, right? And Shotgun Mistress came on to Spotify hard rock, and their song, at this point I can't remember the name of it, but you know what, the those are the two reasons. It's Shotgun Mistress and Brandon Fields. That's why um I heard of Golden Robot. I wrote to them, I emailed Mark. He's like, yeah, let's set up a meeting on Zoom, and I was like, perfect. And um
So
after the first conversation, I was ready to sign the deal. So
right, and so 3 is the first record with Golden Robot for you, right?
correct. The other two records are still available on Spotify, and yeah, and everybody can listen to them. And Wildstreet 2 is available for purchase at our shows, but Wildstreet 1 is right now we it's out of print for a minute.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now you've released how many singles off this record?
Well, we released Set It Off, Born to Be, Tennessee Cocaine, Three-Way Ride, Mother, Midnight Children, and Raise Hell,
That's a
and Still
lot.
Love You. So Midnight Children, I guess, came out with the record, so that doesn't count, but 7 singles from the record.
Mm-hmm.
And we released 5 singles since the album was released,
Right,
which are Mrs. Sleazy, the cover, the 69 Eyes song, Born to Be RLK, which was the original version of Born to Be that was re-recorded for Wildstreet 3. One Tattoo, which is one of my favorite songs ever.
Mm-hmm.
Won't Be Apart, and Say Goodbye.
Say Goodbye.
So
Say
5
Goodbye is the
singles.
latest one, right?
Yes, and Say Goodbye came out most recently.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this: Born to Be. I was listening to both versions of that. Did you change the key on that?
Yes, we did.
You dropped it a half step.
A half step.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Okay.
Smart. Good ear. Good ear.
Yeah, I know. I heard it. I
Um,
was like, wait a minute here.
Basically, it was drop C, and drop C didn't seem appropriate for Wild Street because we play in D flat when we play live, right?
Mm-hmm.
So drop D flat, guitar players. So yeah, we changed the key, but does it really matter? You know
Not
what I
at
mean?
all. Sounds good. I just noticed it. I wanted to ask.
It's a great ear.
Um,
Fantastic.
and then Mother, that was almost a different direction for you, right? That seemed a little darker.
Um, Mother is my favorite song on Wild Street 3,
Mm-hmm.
honestly.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of the last 2 songs that we wrote. Basically, Still Love You, Jimmy Marlowe, my guitar player, my the other founding member of Wild Street, and I wrote Still Love You, um uh Midnight Children, Born to Be, between 2010 and 2012. Three-Way Ride also was written during that period, but it was written immediately after Easy Does It, right? Okay. So which was but that was written with me and my friend Kyle, so it was different. I hope I'm making sense.
You could.
I'm tired.
No worries.
So so Easy Does It was 2012 released. We wrote Three-Way Ride, we wrote Midnight Children, we wrote Still Love You. All these songs like a long, long time ago, right? Wildstreet 3 is like back catalog, right? It's not the past couple years. All right. So, but Mother was a song that Jimmy, an instrumental Jimmy wrote in 2014 after going to see us at he was helping because okay, so like Jimmy's the coolest dude in the world. Like he quit Wildstreet, but he would still come and help us, like carry gear, sell merch, do whatever, right? So when we won the Rockstar energy drink uproar festival battle of the bands, he came and saw us and he wrote a bunch of songs afterwards that were influenced from that one particular experience, right? So like influenced by Avenged Sevenfold and the other bands who were playing, right? To me it sounds like Alice in Chains, or like I was listening to a ton of like Soundgarden and audios, right? And so what I wrote for the vocal was over an instrumental that Jimmy wrote during that time period in 2014, right? And I was away on tour in Europe in 2016 or 2017 with another band, and Jimmy took it upon himself to like organize everything for the Wildstreet III sessions, right? So basically I stand by Mother, you know. It's more where my ear is and where my heart is right now. Set It Off, it was also another song that was written towards the end of the Wildstreet III sessions. Okay. Set It Off, I wrote with Jimmy and our producer, our friend who's a producer for dance music and techno and lots of other things, right? So he does like electronic music primarily.
Okay.
And so I was like, hey, let's collaborate on something. And like we came in with like these ideas like Taylor Swift and Bon Jovi and whatever. And basically we wrote Set It Off without any instruments. We didn't play anything. We didn't demo anything. We just wrote the vocal from start to finish, the lyrics and the melody. And those are the last two songs for Wildstreet 3. Raise Hell was started in 2010. Still Love You 2010. And so anyway, what I'm trying to say is like those are old ideas. Won't Be Apart is a brand new idea that me and my buddy Todd Long from Ghost of Sunset wrote in December and January and February. Say Goodbye, I wrote the basic instrumental and the vocal, I guess, in 2020 during the pandemic when we were in quarantine.
Yeah.
Right.
So are these new songs, are they going to be on a new Wildstreet record, or are these just going to be singles?
These were the singles that we released so far, I think are going to be singles.
Okay.
I have different ideas for Wildstreet 4.
Okay. Is that what it's going to be called? Wildstreet 4?
Nah, it's
Gonna
gonna
keep
be
with the
called
numbers?
It's just um for um just so everybody understands, the next record is not going to be um the same as the previous records.
Okay. Okay. Now, who's in the band right now? Because I know you've been through some members. Like, who do you have right now? Is there a solid band right now?
Well, I have great people who play with us on my tour, so I'm just gonna tell you who they are.
Yeah.
Um, Kevin Sabalas, he does this podcast. It's called Rock, um, Haven of Rock,
Okay.
and he's a really good dude and a really great guitar player, and I'm happy to play with him. And then there's my friend Sean, Vincent Martello, right? And he is he's he's awesome. And our bass player's name is Mike.
Mike.
Mike Mike G.
Okay.
And you know, we had my buddy Kevin from the Ratchet Dolls play
Hmm.
with us at Rocklahoma, which
Hmm.
was fucking amazing. Ooh,
Good
excuse me.
time. Ah, you're good.
Um n- Man, he's a great guitar player, great singer, and he he rocked. So
So, so you've played a lot of these festivals, right? What's been your favorite one so far?
I love Rocklahoma,
Have you
to
played
be
there
honest.
multiple times?
I played there 7 times.
How many?
Um 7. We
7? Oh,
headlined.
wow.
Yeah, we headlined the side stage 5 times. There was a tornado
Uh-oh.
or something that happened in 2017, so we didn't get to headline on the side stage that year. This year we just played a set at 12 p.m., but it was pretty packed.
Yeah.
Rockfest is awesome. I love Rockfest. But Rocklahoma's home. You
Hmm.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So, are you done with shows for the year, or do you still you gonna go next couple of months? You gonna do some
Um, we're deciding now,
figuring out?
actually. We don't really know because what I want to do is I want to write the rest of this record, record the record, and have a solid lineup for next year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's all I care about is like
Sure.
and I don't want to do it all myself like Wildstreet 1. Wildstreet 1 was a lot of me, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't
It's
want
a
to
lot of
do that.
work.
It's it it's not just a lot of work, it takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
When there's more people involved, it goes faster. When it's just you, eh, like it can take forever. So
Mm-hmm.
um let's be honest, like everybody needs people, and people make you better and stronger, and you write better music with other people, you play better music with other people, and you can't be a rock and roll band and be by yourself. Doesn't
Right.
work.
Right.
Pandemic is not happening now, you
Right.
know what I mean? So
Sure. So,
truth.
when you're writing songs, do you prefer to write with others, or sometimes you
Yes,
like to write alone?
I like to write with other people
Mm.
all the time because their ideas push your phrasing, your ideas to the next level, right? So basically, since Wild Street started, I have always collaborated with other people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So like Wildstreet 1, Wildstreet 2, was it's all collaborations, right? Why? Because strength in numbers, It's like
Mm,
obviously.
yeah. Well, I mean, you writing with other people, they can pull some things out of you that you may not have thought of yourself.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Hmm. Um, you're in New York, so how is the scene in New York right now, music scene wise? Is it going or no?
My friend, I have not been here for a year and a half. I have no idea. Like, um, it seems okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. Did you?
but yeah, I really have no ability to respond to that because I
Sure.
haven't been here.
Yeah. Did you ever have, or have you ever decided to go out to LA and live out there,
Yes,
like when you were younger?
yes. We we went out for a West Coast tour in June,
Mm-hmm.
right? And uh uh we did LA, Las Vegas, Arizona, and then back to LA. And and Whiskey a Go-Go on my birthday, which was pretty
Nice.
cool. I think me and Jen are going to head out to LA in November, early November, and write some songs with a good friend of mine.
Cool. That'll be fun.
Yeah, like we're we're planning on it, so that's what
Hmm.
we do.
Cool. So when this new record comes out, as of right now, is it planned to come out on Golden Robot?
Of course,
Cool.
they've been very kind to me,
Hmm.
so um um they rock.
Cool. So right now, if people want to hear your stuff, they can find it on Spotify. I know you're a big presence online, all social media,
Mhm.
right?
They can find us Wild Street Official on Instagram, Wild Street NYC on Facebook, Wild Street on Twitter, Wild Street on YouTube. Watch our music videos. You'll love them.
Yeah, your videos
And
are great.
on Spotify, just search Wild Street. And pretty much if you put Wild Street in Google, you'll see my stupid and you'll know where to go.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, let me ask you about your videos because your videos are awesome. Do you do those yourselves or do you have friends that do those? I mean, they're pretty
um,
good videos.
we, um, I think that you get the best people involved that you can find,
Mm-hmm.
and, and
Well,
some of
it's
them are our friends, and some of them are not our friends. But
yeah,
um, the last video for Mother, man,
that was awesome.
okay, man, he's good.
Who
He's
did
so
that one?
good. Vicente Cordero. He did a few videos for 69 Eyes, and that's how I know him.
Okay.
Um, and and I asked him um to fly to New York and record a music video, and we only had 8 hours. And in 7 hours, we did the video for Mother. And
Nice.
Katie Alexis, my friend Katie, she killed it. uh, Vicente killed it, and mm, well, I killed it. So
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. It's a great video. All the videos were great that I watched. So
thank you
good
very
job on those,
much.
man.
I
Yeah, yeah.
appreciate.
All right,
Um,
Eric, what else you got going on?
well, I just want to say thank you for everybody who's been coming out to Kings of the World Tour shows, because um it's been a year and a half, and I appreciate you. I apologize, I'm a little tired. I actually worked on new music today, which
Hey.
is surprising because I'm so tired from tour.
Yeah.
But um let's also say, like, I appreciate Sean, Mike, and Kevin, and And thank you so much for having me on your show. I
Yeah,
appreciate you.
man. Anytime, anytime. It's a fun little thing to talk to different musicians. I'm a musician myself, so I love talking to other people.
I can tell by the bass in your on your left side.
Yeah, yeah, that's one of them. But
Gibson.
no, that's a Spectre.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
I dig that too.
yeah, I got another one up there and a couple more up there. But cool, man.
Killer.
All right, well, I
Okay.
appreciate it, Eric.
Thank you so much. Have a great night. Okay.
All right, buddy, you too.
Okay. Thank
We'll
you.
talk.